Mr. Neeson, good to see you again, sir. How are you?
Good to see you too, Jack.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
There's a moment where he really starts struggling with the job, and he starts deciding that maybe it's time to hang it up. Maybe he thinks it's time to retire. Obviously, as fans, we're selfish and we want you to work forever because we love you and we love your work. But has retirement ever been a thing you've ever considered in your life?
No, I have to say no. I did jokingly say at the Toronto Film Festival a few years ago that I'm finished with action movies. I didn't really mean it. I was being facetious and stuff. But I'd love to. I get the chance to do this job. These complete strangers send me scripts that I'm always humbled by and touched that they'll offer me this stuff to do, and it's. I feel very privileged, and I genuinely mean that. Whether I do the movie or not, I respect writers incredibly. I know the work that's gone into making a script, even a bad script. So and it stops me from doing real work, digging ditches, teaching kids, working on a coal mine, whatever. It's I haven't been found out yet.
Well, we're grateful that you haven't been found out. It's amazing to watch what happens when your character loses faith in his boss. He loses faith in the director of the FBI. I'm not asking you to name names, but have you ever lost faith in the director of a movie where you thought this person has no idea what they're doing?
There's been a couple of occasions where I've never thought that this person has no idea what they're doing. It's occasionally I've thought this person doesn't quite know how to communicate with actors. Mm-hmm. That's happened a couple of occasions, and so you have to step warily and maybe do the scene the way he has described it, mm-hmm. and hopefully he will see that it's wrong, mm-hmm. or that it's not quite hitting the target, but it hasn't happened very often, I have to admit. It really hasn't.
One of the most fascinating things, honestly, about your character is just watching how the job has affected him. He walks into a room and he instantly starts counting the exits. What's the most a role or a job has affected you? Maybe a role that changed your behavior or made you see life differently, or maybe gave you a new perspective on things?
Well, I did a certain amount of research on this OCD syndrome, and I have a very dear friend in London who's got this condition. If he locks his front door once, and we head out, he has to come back and do it again and again, and it's just very, very interesting. I don't know where it comes from. He doesn't know where it comes from, but it's funny and it's also infuriating, My character does things in threes because it gives his brain a chance to think things through. At least that's what he says to himself. But to an outsider, it may seem this guy is very strange,
Mr. Neeson, I got to say, you've always been so kind to me, sir. You and I have spoken for a very long time, and I always look forward to chatting with you. And I just want to say thank you for always being so kind to me, sir.
Thank you.
All right, take care. Hope you and your family are doing well. See you on the next one.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.